JayZ just posted a picture of Sean Diddy Combs' jewelry selection. It's a bunch of hymns. And he wrote the caption, "I'm not sure if this is fair, but don't worry, be happy."
You have something huge coming up, which is a documentary about P. Diddy, Puff Daddy, P. Diddy.
Yeah.
Did he do it, right?
I
know
he did it.
You've been heavy on social media talking about it.
He did it.
You're not worried that if you throw little and you don't throw out allegations, but like you kind of poke fun at them.
You just ask questions.
You're not worried that it comes back your way, like people dig up your past and try to pull stuff up.
I don't got that in my past.
Everybody got a little bit. Like, not that it's real enough.
I took a pill, but it was for me to perform better, for her to remember, buddy. I didn't give her a drink so she forget what the happened. What the fuck is going on here, bro? Yes, I took the drink. I gave me the fucking drug to perform. So she can remember and possibly love me for that.
Diddy said in your mouth, shaking my head.
What does it feel like all these years, you being the only one calling this out?
I look like I've been the crazy guy for a long
They
time.
say you're a hater. They say
You're a
you're crazy.
hater. You do this, yeah. And now everybody's complaining. My is hurting. There's all this shit that's coming.
50, you can't make jokes about it.
No.
The internet might come for you, bro.
All I'm saying
It
is,
never come from
you
you.
see it now. All of these complaints. People were damned. They were raped and pillaged. This was what was going on.
While music mogul Sean Diddy Combs faces serious allegations in court, one voice remains outspoken: rapper and entrepreneur 50 Cent. As the courtroom hears disturbing testimony from singer Cassie 50 Cent has taken to social media, launching a relentless stream of memes, commentary, and pointed attacks, not only aimed at Diddy, but also calling out the broader music industry.
So as you know, the Diddy trial started today, and Cassie hit the stage, and 50 Cent could not control himself. Now, you know 50 Cent and Diddy have been enemies for the longest, and 50 Cent finds every reason to poke at Diddy. But today, he got so much ammo, it don't make no sense. So, 50 Cent just posted a picture of Sean Diddy Combs' jewelry selection. It's a bunch of hymns. And he wrote the caption, "I'm not sure if this is fair, but don't worry, be happy." He's a fool. 50, you out of control for that. Then he goes on and posts this picture. "Your Honor, this theory of Cassie kicking Diddy's ass, I'm not buying it." Yo, he's AIing pictures of himself in the court. That's crazy. He also decided to hit him with this. Yo, this guy's out of control. "Diddy said in your mouth, shaking my head." Yo, Diddy. You gotta. Then he gonna post this. "Down on your luck? Not feeling good today? Well, look at the bright side. You could be Diddy. Chin up." So 50 Cent he has unlimited ammunition now, especially considering the fact that this trial might go on for who knows how long.
The moment details from Cassie's testimony surfaced, 50 Cent was online, unfiltered and unapologetic. He mocked Diddy with a new nickname, Fruit Pop, and compared the unfolding courtroom drama to a gripping Netflix original, claiming it was more entertaining than anything currently streaming. But the posts weren't just jokes. They were calculated, targeted jabs at a man whose once powerful empire now seems to be rapidly unraveling before the world's eyes.
You heard what he just said, right? He's like, yo, certain things they let it go by because it's Puff. Like they would look, like he would say stuff, and it's like he wasn't like in the closet, he was like in the hallway. Now you see so much shit that you go, wait. No, this was visible.
He was in the hallway. We saw the video.
You see
We saw that video.
It comes out later. You're like, that's not the closet. That's the hallway. He didn't give a fuck. Like you could tell that he was already.
Nah, New Yorkers know. Because when Fab, he was like, "Yo, Fab, we ain't party. Fab was like, "Nah, we partying tonight."
He's like, no, like, but they did party.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yo, they let that one go. Like, I had to say something about it later because I was like, oh, it was.
What does it feel like all these years, you being the only one calling this out?
I look like I've been the crazy guy for a long
They
time.
say you're a hater. They say
You're a
you're crazy.
hater. You do this, yeah. And now everybody's complaining. My is hurting. There's all this shit that's coming.
50, you can't make jokes about it.
No.
The internet might come for you, bro.
All I'm saying
It
is,
might come from
you
you.
see it now. All of these complaints. People were damned. They were and pillaged. This was what was going on, right? And what do I get for the? I went through years of a hater. You're a hater. You want this and that. I'm just watching. Like, I look at things and go, when you see the new lawsuit coming with Jay, the part with Jay, I go, oh shoot, like. Then I think about it, I go, that had to be there. So when I was saying that he was missing, he just wasn't actively being out there because they was dealing with that.
Wait, do you think there's truth to the Jay thing? There's no way.
Know. Like that. Look, you know what's like if you say, I have this thing where I'm conflicted when it takes you 20 years to remember something happened to you.
Inside the courtroom, the atmosphere was anything but comedic. Cassie testified under oath, detailing what she described as years of manipulation, abuse, and psychological control. She painted a haunting and deeply disturbing picture. Hotel rooms transformed into bizarre sets, complete with wigs, masks, baby oil, bright lights, and cameras, all allegedly orchestrated by Diddy. Her voice remained calm and composed, but her words cut with a chilling precision. The courtroom sat in stunned silence as the harrowing account unfolded, revealing a side of the music mogul the public had never seen. Cassie's courage in speaking out added gravity to an already explosive case.
Prosecution's star witness taking the stand, but it was more than that. It was how Cassie took that stand. You could hear a pin drop when those doors opened, and a visibly pregnant Cassie Ventura walking past a man she had not seen in 6.5 years, a man she says violently abused her for a decade, a man the prosecution said trafficked her. Well, she sat across from him, placed her overcoat behind her, turning her body slightly toward the jury, rubbing her pregnant belly throughout her testimony. Diddy, well, he was more fidgety than he was the day before. He was passing notes. He pushed himself away from the defense table and largely sat like that. They never seemed to make eye contact with one another, not even after she was crying about having loved him once and planning and participating in these freak-off parties because she feared him and she wanted to make him happy, but feeling worthless, feeling disgusting because she didn't want to do it. Now, with each moment, the testimony became more and more graphic. Her delivery, though, it never changed. It was, a matter of fact, steady, calm. At times, she was even critical of herself, walking us all through how a 10-album record deal came over a 10-year period of abuse and sexual humiliation. And once you hear Cassie's testimony, you'll understand why the courtroom was so tense. She described the freak-offs in lurid detail. She testified about Diddy, who she called Sean, choreographing it all. And she explained a pattern of physical abuse that she could not escape. Cassie told the jury about one freak-off at a hotel where Diddy told her to get into an inflatable pool filled with warm baby oil. The prosecutor asked, "What concerns did you have about not getting into the pool with baby oil?" Cassie responded, quote, "That, amongst other things, just his temper. If that is something that he wanted, Sean wanted to happen, that what was going to happen. There wasn't another way around."
Meanwhile, 50 Cent continued his relentless social media assault. He posted screenshots, clown emojis, and sarcastic captions, even questioning JayZ's continued association with Diddy. One of his pointed posts read, "Why you still hanging with him?" But 50 didn't stop there. He boldly accused other high-profile celebrities of knowing about Diddy's alleged behavior and choosing to remain silent. As public scrutiny intensified, 50 implied that their silence was complicity, especially now that damning receipts and unsettling details had begun to surface online. His posts sparked widespread debate, dragging more industry names into the growing firestorm of controversy and accountability.
A federal judge has ruled the woman alleging she was raped by JayZ and Sean Diddy Combs can remain anonymous. The woman says both men raped her at a party when she was 13 years old. JayZ's legal team had fought to get the case dismissed, arguing his accuser should have to reveal her name, but the judge disagreed. ABC's Morgan Norwood has the latest.
In a significant legal development, A federal judge has ruled that the woman suing JayZ for allegedly raping her when she was May 13th proceed with the case while remaining anonymous, at least for now. The judge also sharply criticized JayZ's legal team, accusing them of attempting to fast-track the judicial process by repeatedly filing motions to unmask the woman's identity and have the case dismissed. In a 5-page opinion, the judge stated that the Carter legal team's aggressive filings, filled with inflammatory language, combative rhetoric, and ad hominem attacks, were not only inappropriate but also a waste of judicial resources. The court will not fast-track the judicial process merely because counsel demands it, the judge wrote, making it clear that such tactics are unlikely to help their client. This latest twist comes in the wake of a civil lawsuit filed by a woman identified as Jane Doe, alleging that JayZ, real name Sean Carter, and music mogul Sean Diddy Combs raped her at an afterparty following the 2000 MTV Music Awards, while an unnamed celebrity reportedly watched. JayZ, who was 30 years old at the time, has vehemently denied the allegations, calling the lawsuit a blackmail attempt in a public statement issued 2 weeks ago. Now a billionaire business mogul and music icon, known for hits like Run This Town, JayZ faces mounting legal and public scrutiny as the case moves forward.
We are, yeah, I said it, we are. This is Rock Nation, pledge your allegiance.
His attorneys have categorically denied all of Jane Doe's allegations, firmly asserting his innocence. They've also pointed to what they claim are notable inconsistencies in her account, including conflicting timelines and vague descriptions of key details. The legal team argues these discrepancies undermine the credibility of her story and suggest the case is built on shaky ground. Additionally, they maintain that no concrete evidence has been presented to support her claims, emphasizing that JayZ has never been criminally charged in connection to the alleged incident.
It's not just that this story is a lie and that it's not true. It's provably, demonstrably false. This never happened.
The judge ruled that while Jane Doe may remain anonymous for now, she could be required to reveal her identity at a later stage of the proceedings. This would allow JayZ's legal team to gather crucial facts and evidence necessary to prepare an adequate defense for trial. The court emphasized that maintaining anonymity is a protective measure, not a permanent shield, and that due process must be preserved for both parties. The possibility of disclosure underscores the legal system's balance between protecting alleged victims and ensuring fair trial rights for the accused.
Oftentimes, when someone is accused of a crime like this, the accuser doesn't want to be named, and if they are forced to be named, we have seen certain people decide to drop the lawsuit altogether.
Morgan Norwood, thank you. And Tony Busby, the lawyer representing JayZ and Diddy's accuser, says in a statement to ABC News, quote, "I will say that the coordinated and desperate efforts to attack me as counsel for alleged victims are falling flat. We won't be bullied or intimidated." And we did reach out to JayZ and his team, but did not get a response.
Cassie's most graphic and disturbing claims centered around what she described as freak-off parties, bizarre, highly controlled sexual events allegedly orchestrated by Diddy. She said he maintained a meticulous checklist: French-tipped nails, full body wax, wigs on standby. She was reportedly instructed to wear masks, stripper heels, and tight leather outfits, all designed to fit a specific image. According to Cassie, Diddy acted less like a participant and more like a director, controlling the lighting, dictating filming angles, and even distributing baby oil to heighten the visual effect. But she made it clear, this wasn't fantasy or consensual roleplay. For her, it felt like psychological captivity, an elaborate performance with no freedom, only fear. What seemed glamorous from the outside was, in her words, something far closer to a prison-masked displeasure.
And now we're learning about the supplies that were apparently used in the freak-offs. Again, the star witness is Cassandra Ventura. She and Diddy were in a relationship for 10 years. It ended in 2018. Cassie sued Diddy in 2023, and he settled that suit the very next day. That lawsuit was a major spark to the story that has brought us to what's playing out in court right now. This week, we heard Cassie tell her story to the jury. She says that Combs beat her, berated her, and forced her to take part in what has been called freak-offs. They're alleged drug-fueled sex parties involving Cassie said they were mentally and physically exhausting. She claimed that the freak-offs often left her with sores, UTIs, and needing IVs to recover. The jury has seen pictures of injuries from the relationship, Cassie says, like bloody lips and black eyes that she claims that Diddy gave her when they were together. The jury has also seen a video of Diddy assaulting Cassie in the hallway of an LA hotel in 2016 that was leaked to CNN. That's been seen by millions of people. That video, Cassie testified, shows her trying to escape a freak-off party. Now, the jury has also heard testimony from Cassie about the physical toll that she said freak-off parties had on her. This is an exchange from the transcript. When she was speaking with the prosecution, she said, quote, "Occasionally, I would get sores on my tongue from the freak-offs, the taking substances, and just friction in my mouth." She says that friction wasn't just from oral sex, but also from having her mouth on things covered with oil and other lubricants. The jury, we know, has seen an image from the freak-offs, but we don't know what that image really looks like. Our reporter, who has been in the courtroom every day, says it was only shown to jurors. It was not shown to those who have been sitting in the gallery. The defense, in its cross-examination, has been having Cassie read dozens of text messages that she and Combs sent to each other during their relationship. Messages like this one, trying to show that she was a willing participant in the freak-offs. Combs asks, quote, "When do you want to freak off, LOL?" And then Cassie replies, "LOL, I am just going up to change and put my ring in. I just picked it up. I'm always ready to freak off, LOL. LOL. The defense is trying to paint Combs and Ventura's relationship as one that was far more loving and consensual than Cassie's testimony presented thus far, and also proved that she wasn't forced to be part of the freak-offs, but she was a willing participant, and beyond that, she often organized them, they say. That she was the one who contacted the escorts often and put the...
The testimony didn't end there. Cassie recounted receiving midday texts from Diddy, bluntly asking if she was ready to perform. If she hesitated, she said his demeanor would shift instantly, becoming cold and controlling. In one alleged message, he wrote, "Who you want tonight?" pressuring her to choose between strangers and paid escorts, further blurring the line between coercion and exploitation. Adding weight to her account, a male escort also took the stand. He testified that he was paid thousands of dollars to have sex with Cassie while Diddy watched. The man described her as visibly terrified, emotionally detached, and deeply uncomfortable. "It felt wrong," he said quietly, even if no one said no. His words painted a chilling picture, one of manipulation, silence, and fear hiding behind fame and power.
Also expecting Cassie Ventura to take the stand later on today, which of course is going to be very interesting testimony to listen to.
Oh, without a doubt, Kelly. As you know, she's key to this case. She really is, and her testimony could make or break things for the government and for Diddy. Tell me, just backing up for just a beat, you mentioned the witness on the stand currently, Daniel Phillip, the male escort. Starting things off yesterday, some really shocking pieces of information, as you know, came in, Kelly, about where he's detailing being asked to urinate on Cassie while Sean Combs was allegedly watching and masturbating. I'm curious if you noticed any reaction from the members of the jury when they were hearing a lot of that.
So inside the courtroom there, everyone is being told they cannot have any outbursts or anything like that or any real reactions. So inside that courtroom, no. There also, Julie, is media overflow rooms. And inside those media overflow rooms, a lot of reaction. So the public is in there as well. The public is making a lot of reactions. You hear a lot of commentary when these details are coming out. Outbursts, the security is coming over and talking to a lot of the people, telling them that they have to keep it down. But other people inside the actual courtroom for the case where that's happening, no real reaction at all. But this testimony, as you mentioned, Julie, has been graphic in nature as he talked about, for instance, being asked to urinate onto Cassie, and he said she asked him to do that. He talked about Sean Diddy Combs being in the...
A few months ago, 50 Cent took aim at Diddy, throwing sharp jabs on social media. He suggested that both Diddy and JayZ relied on drugs to engage in intimacy with women, an accusation that stirred controversy across the industry. His remarks, laced with sarcasm and provocation, were part of a broader pattern of 50 Cent calling out what he views as disturbing behavior within the upper ranks of the music world. The comment fueled online debate, drawing both backlash and support, and added more heat to an already tense public feud.
He's seemingly around Diddy a
I
lot.
don't know.
Relax.
That was a real suburb question.
Yeah, I know, right? Proximity. Proximity. That's the SAT hit parade word. I had to learn
Proximity,
that.
Jim. Do you think he fucking knew all of the shit that was going on? Then that was like a.
I don't want to incriminate myself.
I know, but the way he said it,
Like I said,
no matter how you answer that shit, you snitching.
yeah, exactly.
That was a narc kind of question.
You asked the question like a fan.
Hey, I grew up with white people, but the one thing I know is how to get a black guy in trouble.
But it's a great question.
Yo, just give him the Happy Meal before you ask him to snitch, bro. You're not worried that if you throw little and you don't throw out allegations, but like you kind of poke fun at them.
You just ask questions.
You're not worried that it comes back your way, like people dig up your past and try to pull stuff up.
I don't got that in my past. I'm not.
Everybody got a little bit. Like, not that it's real enough.
I took a pill, but it was for me to perform better. For her to remember, buddy. I didn't give her a drink so she forget what the happened. What the fuck is going on here, bro? Yes, I took the drinks. I gave me the fucking drug to perform. So she could remember and possibly love me for that.
Did it work?
What the f? This is, yo, bro, look, I'm doing pretty good. Like, I'm pretty good. You know what I mean? Like, but I'm just saying, this is the opposite of normal shit that we're talking about, bro.
That is why. I don't know why it's so hard for people
So
just
for
to
people to
acknowledge
feel
weird
like
shit is
you
weird.
would have something or you would have reserved energy because you feel like you was doing it too, this is people that are looking on separation between their hardships or their the things that they got going on that would be issues and what a celebrity's issues would be.
Wait, what is that?
They think all celebrities are doing the same thing.
Yeah.
Right, and when you see, if I wasn't saying anything, guess what? You could safely say that a person on the outskirts that is not involved in hip-hop culture could think that everybody in hip-hop culture is...
And 50 Cent wasn't finished. After Cassie's third day on the stand, he posted again, this time urging Diddy to have accepted a plea deal, even mocking him by calling him the diddler. He went further, resurfacing a shocking accusation that Diddy once had Kid Cudi's car blown up after discovering Cudi had dated Cassie. Although the claim remains unverified, it has only added more fuel to the fire engulfing Diddy's public image, intensifying the controversy surrounding the music mogul.
With this man you're looking at right here, Kid Cudi. She was in one of those freak-offs, and then Sean got a hold of her phone and then realized that they had been having a relationship together, and she said that that did not go over very well, to say the least. So one of the other things that defense counsel has been saying back and forth with Cassie, when Cassie is responding with things like, I can't recall, it's a long time ago, at one point defense counsel said, yeah, it was a long time ago, and it sounds like you were doing a lot of drugs. Cassie's use has been front and center in this case. She readily admitted to using drugs and that she had to use drugs in order to take part in those freak-offs. We can put some full screens up on the screen for you, kind of tell you a little bit about what some of the testimony has been like today. So she did testify that her friends knew about the physical because they often witnessed it. Her parents and brother knew about the abuse as well.
As the court proceedings continue, so does the relentless online circus surrounding the case. The allegations are grave, and the courtroom atmosphere remains tense and charged with emotion. However, in the court of public opinion, 50 Cent stands as the loudest and most unyielding voice, dominating the conversation with his relentless commentary and memes. Right now, that voice is sending a clear and powerful message to the world. Diddy's time at the top might finally be coming to an end, as the once untouchable music mogul faces mounting scrutiny and potential downfall.